Thank you. My name is Reggie Harper. For those that don't know me, I'm happily married. Been with my wife for about 6 years now. And to be honest, I don't miss the single life at all. I don't. I don't miss trying to meet single people, like at nightclubs, because my game was weak. And I was so insecure about my game, if the club closed at 2, I wouldn't show up till about 1:30. Because by then, everybody's already liquored up on somebody else's dollar. And it's still early enough to beat that end of the night rush when the lights come on and people scramble to close last minute deals with whoever's still there. I call them the clearance specials. The actual bar inside the club is the clearance rack. At the end of the night, that's where you're going to find the red tags, overstocked, surplus, if I may. I've been hanging out with my white friends a lot lately, and I like hanging out with them because I always have a good time, and I feel relatively safe around white people. I still have limitations, okay? My white friends will tell you there are things I won't do with them. Certain places, certain situations, I refuse to put myself in. Like camping? No. Mm-mm. No. I am not going deep off in the woods, late at night, away from civilization with white people. Oh, that's too risky. That's when alien abductions happen. So what, now I'm stuck out there by myself? Because aliens don't take black people. They don't. They don't mess with blacks at all. That's a fact. Here's the proof. Do y'all remember the story about that UFO that landed in the ghetto? Me neither. Because it doesn't happen. They know how much we like shiny things in the hood. They are not trying to get spaceship jacked. The UFO will become MIA. The aliens will be stranded on Bankhead looking for an Uber. I'm not going camping. When it comes to your friends, you have to set limitations to avoid situations. Even with my black friends, I don't discriminate. There's things I won't do with them. Places I won't go. Birthday parties at Chuck E. Cheese? Not even at gunpoint. That place is the devil's playground. They try to disguise it as this cute little children's casino. It's a parent's torture chamber. Next time you're there, look at the faces on the adults. Specifically the men. It's like they've been kidnapped by ISIS. They don't want to be there, but they're stuck. They're stuck at the birthday parties. They're stuck at the table, watching over everybody's belongings. They're stuck in line trying to redeem tickets and tokens. It's a trap. It's a human trap set by a 6-foot rat. It's like a black hole. You know, once you get in there, time stands still, reality freezes. It's like you're in another dimension, you know? But I guess Chuck E. Cheese is a necessary evil. They have cleaned his image up a little bit. They switched him up from a sleazy Mickey Mouse knockoff to a more clean-cut Mickey Mouse knockoff. They took his cigar away, gave him a T-shirt, turned him into a cute little mouse. See, the original Rat Chucky was too hard to market. Him and his whole gang were too hard to market because they were Disney World rejects. That's why you can't name a single person in Chucky's squad except Chucky. You know everybody on Mickey's roster. They're easy to market. They're clean, wholesome, American Pie type of characters. Chucky's entire clique looks strung out on meth. I think the E in Chuck E. Cheese stands for ecstasy. You can look over at that camp and tell something ain't right. Have you seen Mr. Munch's teeth? It's sad. See, if you ain't laughing, you don't know who Mr. Munch is. Which further proves my point, it's hard to market Disney World rejects. I'm gonna move on before I get sued by the rat. I didn't think this shit would happen. I did not think this would happen. Like, I get on stage and freeze. Okay, so, one too many drinks. One too many drinks. I've been in finance for about 5 years now. I like where I'm at now. I like the people I work with. I love the people I work with, as a matter of fact. The job I had previous to this one, I didn't last the first potluck. And that was day one. They were having a potluck for a guy being laid off. Yes. He was being fired. And they're throwing him a potluck. Guess who his replacement was? Felt like I stepped into the Twilight Zone. This guy wasn't too bright. He was the type of guy that he was too smart to be considered mentally challenged, but not smart enough to be considered smart. He was in that gray area where he was just in that gray area, you know, and it doesn't say a lot about me because I'm taking over his position. But they're having this going away potluck for him. Oh, for any stoners out there who don't know what a potluck is, it's not what it sounds like, okay? You will never be lucky enough to find pot at a potluck. But if you have the munchies, this is where you want to be. So anyway, they're throwing this potluck for the guy, and let me tell you a little secret about black people. We love to eat, but not just anybody's cooking. There has to be a level of confidence established in your sanitation and in your kitchen. This is the first day I'm working with these people. I don't know who has the at-home safari. Usually it's the nicest person in the whole department. And they can be nice because they only have to deal with humans 8 hours a day. But I don't know who this person is. I don't. So what I have to do is discreetly check everybody for cleanliness to decide whose dish I'll eat and whose dish I'll pretend to eat. Now, the first thing I checked was hands. If your fingernails look like you part-time with Jiffy Lube, dish disqualified. Next thing I checked was everybody's cubicles thoroughly. Now, on one guy's cubicle, a cup of coffee had sat so long, a layer of green algae had formed on the surface, and it was spinning. I watched it slow down and speed back up on its own. The origins of life may be in this cup. I don't know. What I do know is dish disqualified. After doing all my checks, exhausting all my checks, the only thing eligible for me to eat was the green bean casserole. And I love green bean casserole. But guess who brought that in to celebrate his last day with the company? That's right, Einstein. So you already know. Dish. Thank you. Thank you for your contributions to junior achievement. My name is Reggie Harper.